Well, for those of you who've watched me for a while or watched some of the stuff I do, this is probably a familiar view. It's the pond and, well, the northern part of the villages. Well, welcome to another rocket launch. This is a Falcon 9 that's going up with a rideshare thing. They're calling it the bandwagon. So they've got about 6 or so satellites from various customers stuffed inside the aeroshell at the top of the rocket. And it's going out over the Atlantic Ocean. And we should be able to see a good chunk of it from here. There is one hazard from shooting right here. I'm on the golf course, and there are still a few people, stragglers on the golf course, who are still kind of making a round of golf before the sun goes down. And, you know, this is a spot that people do hit every so often. Just hope they don't hit me. Well, there it is. It took me a couple of seconds to find it through the telephoto on my camera because the sky conditions are just a touch on the murky side here. And then they're also, looks like the trajectory is straight away from the camera. They're going straight out over the Atlantic. So it's even harder to see that because the distance is increasing rapidly. Not one of my best efforts, but hey, I take no blame for this. The ones that turn out really well are usually they're flying almost directly south or directly north, and it happens about a half an hour. They do the launch about a half an hour after sunset, and then things light up just perfectly, and then you hope for clear, unhumid, super clear skies. But you get what you get. So that was the end of the rocket launch. The rocket kind of disappeared rather early when it went into a cloud bank. But now it's the next day, and we've got another solar astronomical spectacular here. We've got the Eclipse. So we have a view of this whole spectacular thanks to a telescope built about 60 years ago, 60-some years ago, 64 years ago actually, by my brother here in California when we were little kids. And maybe there's a picture of you with a garbage can on the back porch grinding away on the mirror.
Right.
This is a 6-inch, well, go ahead, you tell me about this thing.
6-inch f8, set up for projection.
Whoops. Yeah.
And
Charlie, no.
It's a difficult job just to change it over from night mode to day mode.
Yeah.
I have to move the mirror up 3 inches. It normally is mounted way down here.
Oh, you got to reorient the mirror.
Yeah, and then realign all the optical axes.
Yikes.
And put in this special heat catcher that throws the heat out on a. It's a.
I don't dare look down there. I don't know.
A wedge.
You might fry my electronics if I get down there.
Only if you get in this beam here.
Yeah, okay. So here's what we got. And if you look closely, you can see clouds moving across the face of the sun. Mm-hmm. Now, I think we've had the sunspot get covered. There's one here, I think. There's a little one there, but it's a little indistinct.
Yeah.
But we're sort of, how far away are we from our 66%? That's what I understand we're supposed to get here.
Yeah.
Another 15 minutes.
Okay.
Another 15.
The captain is here. Got his phone out so we can get some official readings of the times. Yeah, we'll be 66% here. So I've got a lot of friends up in the North Country of New York and one son out in Texas. And I'm sure I'd like to grind some of their pictures of this thing into my video. We'll see how it turns out.
Yes.
All right.
Should you date it like April 8th, 2024?
Okay, it's April 8th, 2024 in Mason, Texas.
Mason, Texas, 1:27 p.m.
We're getting really close to totality here.
And as I promised, Calvert the Dead has correspondents around the country, including my son and my grandkids in Mason, Texas, for totality.
Or banana.
That camera won't.
Now that totality has engulfed Mason, Texas, let's move along with the Calvert the Dead correspondence. This is my niece, Emily, out in Cynthiana, Indiana. When totality arrived out here in flyover country, two planets came into view in the dim twilight. The big gas giant Jupiter, and then the cloud-shrouded planet of Venus. Both of these planets would be hard to spot in full daylight. And now in its full glory, shot with a good camera, lens, and appropriate filter, is the sun's corona, the dim outer atmosphere that in normal daylight you just can't see. The corona may be dim, but it's absurdly hot. In some cases, 2 million degrees. Way hotter than the surface of the sun at a mere 10,000 degrees. Now Emily has dialed down the exposure so we can see the solar prominences. These are big loops of hot plasma anchored to the surface of the sun. That one there at the bottom is most probably bigger than Earth. Meanwhile, back in Mason, Texas, let's watch as the lights come back on and balance is restored to the cosmos. It's a good doggy. You're trapped out here. Basically, we can't let you loose, so you gotta live inside here. It's a good dog. Lucy, you're missing the Eclipse, but you've got to wear these. Okay?
Oh no, it's the end of the world.
Yeah. The apocalypse. The zombie apocalypse is upon us. You guys having trouble looking?
Oh, we're supposed to look at the camera?
No, you're supposed to look
I
up.
always wanted to
been
jump
looking at
off
the
the
sky.
Empire State Building. I think I'll go do it.
And the old 1960 6-inch reflector here is doing an admirable job. We can see it. Whoops, it kind of moved a little bit off the... Uh-oh. I have a hard time finding it here. So all I got to do is somehow manage to hang on for another 20 years. And in 2044, when I will be an unmentionably ancient old decrepit creature, there'll be the line of totality is going to come down out of the south and right through north central Florida. I won't have to travel any place. I just come outside and see it for real. A worthy goal. Thanks for being with us. Good night, everybody.